Okay, so do you remember us going over shapes?
Yes.
No.
Do you remember what shapes are?
Yes.
Are they 2D or 3D?
3D.
2D.
They are 2D, two-dimensional. Forms are 3D. Remember, the forms is what we created with value from going dark to light. Today we're going to kind of go over shapes. And shapes are 2D or flat, basically. Remember, a 3D movie, it's popping out at you. A 2D movie, it's a flat screen, right? Okay, so I'm going to give you a sheet of paper like this. And what you're going to do is create several shapes all over this piece of paper. And I've got a couple of different things you can use. I've got different size cups. I've also got a ruler. So I'm just going to go ahead and start with an example and show you what we're doing here. So I'm going to take this big cup, and notice how I'm going off the page? That's fine, okay? In fact, I want some of your shapes to go off the page. I want them to overlap each other. All right, so I'm going to put a couple of big circles in here. And I'm going to have another one coming off the page here. I don't want you to use all one shape, okay? So I've used that big shape. I'm going to come in and I'm going to create a large triangle. Okay, so let's say it would have started up here, but it goes off the page, which is totally fine. Creating a triangle. And please, please use some kind of stencil. So I want you to use a cup or a ruler. Do not try to free draw these shapes. Okay, it'll look so much better if you don't do it that way. All right, I am going to put in a very long rectangle now. And you can put in stars, diamonds, ovals, whatever you want, okay? I just want the whole page to be covered. In fact, I'm just going to put a line through here because this could be like a large rectangle if it were off the page. Now I can even use this to add a circle to kind of connect everything together here. Alright, so I want you to keep doing this until you have the whole page covered up. Now I'm going to do a diamond just for funsies. Okay, now I don't want to see a large space like this. So if you are done drawing and you look and you've got a big space like this, no, I want you to add more. Okay? So that is what I'm going to do. I am going to add more, especially to this over here. We can add in another triangle. I can have big triangles, I can have small triangles. You can add trapezoids, rhombuses. So we're incorporating some math here, some geometry. Let's see. Parallelograms. I'm going to connect these here. Now I'm going to add another circle here because I just want the whole page to be covered up, and I might add another one right here. Okay. So about something like this, you can even add a little more. Like there's a couple of spaces, like I could probably add another something right here to kind of cover up a little bit. But there's a couple of spaces that don't have shapes, and that's fine. I just don't want a large area with no shapes on it. Okay, so once you get to about something like this, where you have most of the page covered with shapes, then I want you to take out the watercolor. And the watercolor is located right here behind Lucas. So Lucas, if you will just point out, you see the watercolor? There's your watercolor. And the watercolor, they come with their own paintbrush, and the paintbrushes are terrible. So I suggest, unless you really want to use those terrible ones, just using a regular acrylic paintbrush that I have in the back. So you're going to need water, and you know where to get the water. Get a paintbrush. Get your paints right here only when you're done drawing, okay? And then what I want you to do is I want you to start painting every individual shape that you have made, okay? For example, this right here is a shape. This right here is a shape. This is a different shape. This is a different shape, different shape, different shape.
Do you have to do all different colors?
Yes and no. I don't want the colors to be touching, really. And I'm not done with this one. I'm still working on it. But for example, you see how I have several greens, but they're just not touching each other. You see that? So you can add several of the same colors. I just don't want them touching. I want the colors to be spread out. And then when I get done with this, I will put it up on the haiku page so you will see an example of it. Do you guys have any questions on what we are doing?
No.
Okay. Sounds good.